Hi Dresser Cuties, Wendy here, tutoring John Rumi in her free song outfit from the K-Pop Demon Hunters. So let's get started. To draw cute Rumi, let's first start by drawing her eyes. So I'm going to start right here with a circle. And then I'm going to come across, say about this way, and draw another circle. There. So now my two circles in, I'm going to make them draw so cute eyes with two small circles inside for highlights. And a curved line at the bottom and shade in the top. And lines at the bottom. And same thing over here. There. So now that I have that, I'm going to come to the sides right here and just spruce them up with a lash. I'm going to come out and thicken it up. And same thing on this side. Just curve it out and come back in. Then let's come down in the center area about right here, and we're going to give her a sweet smile and cap it off. Then from there, I'm going to come up about right here and draw her brow. So I'm just going to go slight angle across and then down and thicken it up. So same thing on the other side, about right here. Just slight angle, then down. And thicken it up. Then from there, let's go ahead and frame her face. So let's get really close to this lash right here basically, and we're just going to go ahead and just draw a slight line right next to the eyes. So right about here. Then about like right there, let's bring it down. We're just going to come down and start to angle in. Where her mouth is, we're going to angle it in. And aim towards the center. So I'm just going to find my center, which is about right here, and I want her chin to be about right here. And I'm just going to aim for that point. And same thing over here and connect. There. Okay. So now that we have that, we're going to let's come back into this area right about here. And give her ear. And same thing over here. And then let's go up. So we're going to go up a little bit past her brow. And let's go ahead and start to angle it in. So we're kind of drawing this ovalish shape. And let's see here, let's get going up approximately about right there. Let's go ahead. I'm just going to come in the center area right here and just draw a curve. And then just finish this part off just like the other side. And then we can go ahead and come right about here, and we're just going to draw these three kind of like these three braids, so kind of reminds me of the top of a heart. Then one more about right here, a little bit wider, and then in this space right here, we're going to go up a slight angle, and about right here, we're going to come down with a curve and another curve, just to give it some volume. I'm just going to curve it a little bit and then in. Then one more layer at the top right here. So we're going to go ahead and right about here, go up and wobble once again and bring it in. Then in this space right here, just add a curve. There. And then come right back here and just draw in some of these strands to give her hair some detail. There. Okay, so now that we have that, let's go ahead and draw her body. So right in the center area, let's give her a neck about right here. And we're going to bring it down. So kind of giving her a little bit longer neck because I need to draw this little turtleneck that she has. So really high, really next to her. I felt like this was necessary to give it a little bit of a break. Then from there, let's go ahead and round this off into the center and connect. And I'm just going to finish this curve right here. Because in this area, we're going to come right about here and wobble down. So same thing here, because she just has this hoodie. So I just want to draw the two little curves, and then we can draw a little line for her shoulder. So let's come back about here, and we're going to aim towards the center area, about there. And so detail, come in here one more lip. There. And then of course the tassels right here in the center. And one more here. There. And so now that we have these two lines for her shoulder area, let's say about right here. I'm just going to skip a little bit of space. About right here and here. Just going to draw two angle lines. So let's bring this down to say about right there. We're going to connect it with a slight wobble right about there. And then let's come in here right next to it. Come in a little bit and we can draw two angle lines. So this is going to be the beginning of her waist and her hip. So about right here, and then just curve it in. So then for some detail, come back right here and connect this part for her pants. So showing a little bit of her tummy area. Then we're going to put in a band for her pants, and then find the center, say about right here. It's a high-waisted pant, so this part's going to be pretty low, and then we're going to start to draw her pants. So just bring out two angle lines. So let's bring this part down, and we're going to work on this side. So her pants are pretty straight, not too tight, so just keep that in mind as you draw. So I'm just going to kind of straighten them out. To say about right about there. I'll cut it off because there's a cuff that we need to draw. So I'm going to pop this part out and then connect. And then right about here, we're just going to put in her shoe. So I'm just going to totally simplify this and connect. So for some details for her shoe. So same thing on this side. There. Okay, so now that we have that, let's see here. Drawing a little detail, a little line in the center, and some pockets. A button in the center, straps. There. Okay, and then perhaps like a little light line right here for some detail. And then we can draw her sleeves. So I'm going to round this part off for her shoulders. And then she has poofy sleeves. So about right here, we're going to come out. And I want her hands to be about this area. So let's go ahead and just kind of bring this in. About right there. And then I'll wobble. Put in a cuff. And then her hands about right here. So thumb and fingers. So, oh, and then before I forget, there's like a little line right here for some detail. So same thing on the other side. Start about right here. Just going to drag this across. Approximately right there, and then wobble, cuff, and then same thing. There. Okay, and then of course we need to finish off her hair. So let's come right back here, and then in this area, just kind of maybe wobble twice, just for indication, and then we can just bring out her hair about right here in this space, and we're just going to curve it out. So we're just going to draw in these curves that perhaps maybe just gets a little bit smaller. Come to about right here, and then at the tail. And of course some detail, just push just to make it easier to draw these braids. And last thing, I'm going to put a heart right here on her hoodie to make this my Draw So Cute Rumi in her free song video in her casual outfit. I really hope you love this drawing and that I helped you draw it fun and easy today. Hi Draw So Cuties, Whitney here. Tutor and Draw Jinu in his free song outfit from the K-Pop Demon Hunters. So let's get started. To draw this cute Jinu, let's first start by drawing his eyes. So I'm going to start right here with a circle. And I'm not going to make it too big like I usually do with the girls. And then I'm going to come right across, say about right here, and draw another circle. There. So now the two circles, and I'm going to make them Draw So Cute eyes with two small circles inside for highlights, and a curved line at the bottom. And shade in the top. Tend to make the eyes smaller for the boys. And lines at the bottom, and same thing over here. There. So now that I have that, we need to frame the eyes. So I'm going to come to the top right here, and I'm just going to draw a curve that flushes to the top right over the eyes, just to anchor the eyes, since I'm not putting lashes. And then at the bottom, I'm just going to very lightly draw another curve. And then same thing over here. So this top curve is just a little bit thicker, more prominent, and then the bottom one is just like a light line, light curve. Okay, so now that I have that, let's give him a smile. So right in between, about right here in the center, let's go ahead and draw a curve, slightly going upwards, and cap it off. Then from there, let's go ahead and frame his face. So I'm going to come to about right here in the eye, the top of the eye, and come out about this much. Same thing on this side, about right here. And let's go ahead and right about here, I'm going to start with a slight angle line right next to his eyes. There. And then we're going to come down. So we're just trying to make his face a little bit more angular. About right there. Just kind of angle it in where his mouth is. I'm going to find the center, say about right here where I want his chin. Just so I know where I'm going. And I'm going to come down to this point. And then right about here, I'm just going to flatten it out for his chin. And then go right back up. There. Let me fix that. Okay. It's always the hardest part for me because it's so delicate. Okay, so I'm just trying to give him some more angles on his face. Then from there, let's see here. Let's come back to the about right here, this area, and we're going to draw his ear. Just draw a curve and then come in here with some details. Same thing on the other side. And then now that I have his ears in, let's go ahead and just kind of imagine his head as an oval and then his hair parts at the side. So let's say about, I'm just going to pick a point. Let's say about right here. I'll just give myself a point. And from there, I'm going to draw a curve going up and then coming down and hitting this point right here. And then this side is going to come up and come down in between his eyes. And we're going to draw one strand that goes up. And then maybe about here, just part it. And draw maybe 2 more strands and out. And whatever space you have left, just finish it off. There. And then come right back to this area and we're just going to draw a curve for his hairline. And then of course we need to draw his brow. So come up about right here. It looks so weird without the brow, right? And then we're just going to angle it and then thicken it up. And I'll just go in there and shade it in. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side about right here. So whatever space you have to draw his brow that's left. Okay, so much better now we have the brow. Then let's come up right here where his hair parts, and I'm just going to kind of curve up and say about this much. And on this side, we're going to go up and then come down. So on this side right here, we're going to slant it a little bit. And then as we come to about this area, we're going to pop it out and then bring it back in. Just to give his hair some volume. And on this side, pop it up higher. And same thing, slant it down and just bring it right back to his ears. And if you like, you come right here and just draw a strand. There. Okay, so now that we have that, let's draw his body. So I'm going to come to the center about right here where his neck, and draw a little neck for him. Right there, and then we're going to curve out. And then, let's see. Then we're going to just curve it around a little bit and come to the center. Curve out, come back to the center, about right there. And then we're going to go up. So using this, okay, so let's come right back here and we're going to curve into that curve. So same thing here, we need to draw his hoodie. So it's like drawing a heart right there. And before I forget, I'm just going to lightly draw another curve right here just for a little detail. Then we need to come down, find your center. So let's say about right there, just a little point for me to know where I'm going. We're going to come out here. We're going to draw his hoodie. We're going to wobble and wobble down and then bring it right back to here. Curve and then come right back down. So same thing on the other side. Wobble, wobble, and curve out. There. So that's his hoodie. And then we're going to come out right about here and come out just a little bit more for his shoulders, for his jacket. Then let's come back into this area and I'm going to open up his jacket. So let's say here and here, just center that little line. And we're going to bring this part in. And same thing here. So let's go back and forth. So I'm going to open up his jacket. And let's see how low. Back here, keep going. This part is going to start to straighten out. So let's bring it down to about right here. And bring this down and then about right there. Just stop and connect. From there, let's go back and say about right here. I'm just going to draw a curve and connect. And then let's see about right here in this area. We're going to draw a curve as well. This is going to be the pocket. And I'm just going to slightly angle this line in just so that you know it's a hoodie pocket. And then let's see here. Then of course we need to draw the ties. The two strings that come down. So go straight down with one and then another one right here. Maybe a little bit longer. And I'll go in there and erase this part later. But just have these two little ties and then you come back about right here. Draw a straight line across for some detail in his jacket. Oh, almost forgot. Collar right here on both sides for his jacket. And then there's a pocket detail right about here. And a button. And same thing here. Only trying to draw the necessary details. And then let's just simplify this with some buttons that go down. And then maybe a line right here just to break it up. And let's see. Okay, that's pretty much it. And then let's draw his pants. So let's come down and say about right here. I'm just going to draw an angle line right in the center. Then his pants, his legs are going to start. So let's come back to about in here. And I'm going to work on this side first, and we're just going to go, we just have his legs straight, so let's angle all the way down to say about right there. And bring this all the way down to about there, and then cut it off, and then his shoes. Simplify them right there. Then a little sole curve, and then just two little curves right there. So same thing on this side. There, and then a little line in the center for some detail, maybe some pocket detail. And now that we're done with this part, let's finally draw his arms. So I'm going to come out right here, just round this off a little bit, and come about right here because it's thick sleeves. And I'm going to come down, and as I come down, I'm just going to wobble a little bit. Just kind of wobble it. because I think he's like rolling up his sleeves a little bit. I think that's what it's happening. But it's poofier. And then right about there, I'm going to break it off. And I'm going to continue with this little cuff right about here. And then his arms has come out. About there. And then that's where his wrist is. I want his hands about this area. So then we're going to draw a thumb and his fingers. There. So same thing on this side. Just kind of poof it up a bit. Start it about right here on this side. And I'm just going to drag this across so I know approximately the same on both sides. And connect. Little cuff. And his arms. So just want to make sure about there, and then his thumb. There, and we have his hands. And hopefully I haven't missed anything, but that is pretty much it for this drawing of Jinu in his free song outfit. Thanks so much for watching, and if I helped you today, please make sure to give me a like and subscribe so you won't miss any new Draw So Cute videos. See you later.